Do you have a mini split? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the most common issues that we see with mini splits when homeowners have them installed in their home. Let's dive into it. Number one, a lot of homeowners don't understand that mini splits are not all created equal, especially when it comes to the heating cycle. And so they'll purchase maybe one of the least expensive options that they can find, only to find out that when it comes to the wintertime, especially folks that live up north, they'll find out that mini splits are not keeping up. They're not all created equal. Some mini splits will keep up. Some of them, you can install them in very cold temperatures. Some of them can provide heating well below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll tell you a quick story. A few years ago, we installed a mini split for a company that did renovations and additions in local campgrounds. Yes, I said a campground. So there are campgrounds near us where they will take a travel trailer and set it in place and then build an addition, almost like a home, onto it. And so they'll have these like enclosed porches that we will install mini splits in there. And we put one of the higher end systems that we would offer at my company. And the guy that actually did the addition, his name was Mark. He actually said to me, "Whoa, this system is blowing like super warm, like on a really, really cold day." And he's like, "I think there's something wrong with mine. I think I need you to come by and take a look because we always have to use space heaters when it gets this cold outside." And so I said, "No problem." And so I went over and I looked at his system and realized there was nothing wrong with it. It was just a very cheap system that he had bought online. This isn't one of those videos where I go bashing companies online or bashing any specific brand. Just know they're not all created equal. You want to look, if you're going to purchase one, look at the heating capacities on that system. Also, maybe look at the reviews for that brand if you can find any, and make sure that it will operate at lower temperatures. Number two, a big issue we see with mini splits sometimes is folks will install them in spaces that the system is actually oversized for. We talked about this in a video where I talked about the biggest mistake that a lot of mini split owners make, because it's not just if the system is sized properly or even oversized for that space, but one thing you want to look at is making sure that you give that system the ability to ramp down if it needs to. You need to leave it in auto mode in a lot of situations, because if you go turning it way up, if you adjust that fan way up, you will reduce the latent capability of that mini split to remove humidity from that space. The air is just moving way too fast. Flip it to auto mode, allow that system to ramp down, be the true inverter system that it is, and also be the true humidity removal machine that it is. And you'll see a lot of situations where it will operate much better. You might not have that puff of cold air dumping on you on a hot summer day, but it will operate much more efficiently, lower humidity, much better comfort, and at times just be barely running and drawing any electricity. But I'll just say this before we move on to the next one, and that is, just know there are size capacities on these systems, and they're not miracle workers. So you can't just go putting it in the tiniest little room unless you look that system up and make sure that it can ramp down to that low amount of BTUs that you need for that space when you're sizing it. For example, you can't just go slapping it in that little tiny bedroom that you have bunk beds and you hardly ever use it. You go putting a 6,000 BTU or even a 9,000 BTU head, wall mount mini split head in there. It's going to be oversized. Make sure it can do its thing. And then finally, number three on the issues we see with mini splits, and that is a lot of homeowners don't even understand all the features that their system is capable of. In fact, I've been in homes and taken the time to explain to the homeowner what the little icons mean on a remote. I remember one homeowner was telling me, "Whoa, no one ever told me that my system could dehumidify and had a mode for that. No one's ever told me about hot start technology or the self-cleaning technology that we see with some systems today, or turbo mode that's on some of the systems. No one's ever taken the time to show me all of this." Now, we could argue back and forth whether or not your heating and air company should be taking the time to show you those things, but whether they do or don't, I would say take the time, grab the manual for that system, look it up online if you don't have it anymore, learn all the features of your mini split. They're not all created equal. Some have features that others don't. Some of them are Wi-Fi capable. Some of them have the ability to add it. Some of them, again, have some of these features I've already mentioned. Find out what those features are and make sure you're getting the most out of that system. There are features right now, whether they improve comfort or efficiency, that I bet you're not even taking advantage of because you've never taken the time to read the manual. My encouragement here would be just that. Take the time, read that manual. You'll be surprised, I bet, especially if you've got one of the higher end mini splits, at some of the capabilities that it has. So that's my three biggest issues that we see with HVAC mini splits. Did I miss something? Love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If you like this video, I bet you'll like this one even more. It's where I'll talk about the 3 biggest issues that we see with ductwork. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.